Hello everyone, this is Athalbjorn and welcome back to another episode of Things You May Not Know About Minecraft. Today's topic is the Nether. So the first thing I wanted to do was actually talk about Nether Portals, which are how you get to the Nether in the first place. So you probably are already familiar with Nether Portals. However, there's a few things that are not quite as common that people would know about them. So right here I have your standard Nether portal. Okay, it is 4 blocks across the top and bottom, and 5 blocks tall. And then the inside area here is 2 blocks by 3 blocks. Okay. However, you don't actually need the corners. If you're running low on obsidian or you just really hate mining it because it takes forever in a day, you can build it without the corners. So you just need 2 blocks on the top and bottom and then 3 blocks along the side. So just like the inside measurements that I talked about over here. However, these are not the only way to make a nether portal. This is just the minimum size of being the 4x5. The maximum size for a nether portal is 23 by 23. So this is the largest nether portal that you can possibly make in Minecraft. It's massive, a little impractical, but I mean, hey, we don't do it because we have to. We do it because we can. But yeah. And then occasionally zombie pigmen will spawn here, but that's fine. So then next, to light another portal, you need to set it on fire with either like a flint and steel, which is the most common, or a fire charge, just like that. They can also be set on fire or lit with the blast from a ghast or a blaze, and I know that rhymed. But yeah, so like because they shoot fireballs, so they can both activate and deactivate nether portals when you're in the nether. So let's jump through the nether portal here and actually talk about the nether itself. Okay, so we've got a couple of zombie pigman friends over here. So yeah, I mentioned when you're over here in the nether, your portal can be deactivated by like a ghast, their explosion that they shoot at you. So that can actually deactivate your nether portal. So if you're alone, I would recommend bringing like a flint and steel or something with you in order to relight the portal. Otherwise, what you'd want to do is set up like some cobblestone around it to protect the portal, because cobblestone is actually not affected by ghast attacks. So from here, the next thing that I wanted to talk about was mobs. So in the nether, you only have 5 mobs. Okay, so we have zombie pigmen, like these guys. So they are actually not hostile unless you attack them first. So they are perfectly fine. They don't, this guy does not care that I'm here. And it's not because I'm in creative mode. He really doesn't care. And then you have a ghast, which I thought I saw one flying around here earlier, but we can spawn one. There we go. So they look like these guys, just a big white floated cube with some legs dangling down there. Now this guy, he is very hostile. He only does not care about me simply because I'm in creative mode. Anyway, these guys shoot fire charges at you. Like I said earlier, that can deactivate your portal. But yeah, so they're kind of dangerous. A little hard to kill. So basically, the easiest ways to kill them is with a bow and arrow. So you can either shoot them with the arrow, or you can actually shoot their charge back at them. So you can use a bow and arrow to do that, or you can use a sword to hit it back, kind of like playing baseball. Next, we have the blaze. Okay, so kind of this gold floaty guy. He also shoots fire at you, fireballs, but they're not explosive. They just set you on fire. Next, we have the magma cube, which is basically the nether version of a slime. So they jump around and will set you on fire. And then lastly, we have the wither skeleton. So these guys are similar to your regular skeletons, except that they have a sword, as you can see. So they don't shoot you with bows and arrows. However, if they hit you with your sword, you will continue to take damage even after getting away from them or killing them for a few seconds, because it has a wither effect that will continue to do damage to you. Next, you'll notice I'm carrying a water bucket. However, in the nether, this water bucket is completely useless. You can see I can try to put it down all day, but it just instantly evaporates. So there's no water here. And also beds, you cannot use a bed here. I can place it down, but it actually will explode like that. So you definitely don't want to do that in survival. Beds are definitely not good in the nether. So a lot of these mobs, especially wither skeletons and blazes, you're going to find in a nether fortress. So a nether fortress, if I'm going to come up here, because there's one that's actually not too far from where I spawned in. It's got to follow my torches that I placed around here. There we go. So one thing that is not that great about the nether is how easy it is to get lost. Just because everything is the same. You don't have, biomes and stuff like you do in the overworld. Everything is just, nether rack and everything and lava, and it gets pretty crazy. So it's super easy to get lost. But here we are at the nether fortress. So basically the first thing you want to look for if you're trying to find a nether fortress is nether brick. That's going to be your first giveaway that there's a nether fortress here. So I'm going to come down here, and I already got the achievement because I was already here. But the first time you enter a nether fortress, you'll get an achievement for finding it. And so basically, you just run along in the nether fortress. There's various intersections. See if I can find more of it. Okay, here we go. So like here is a blaze spawner, which is very common to nether fortresses. And you can see, I know it's a little dark just because it's the nether, but just a lot of different really cool structures around here in the nether fortress. But it's pretty dangerous because of the blaze spawners and whatnot. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And then there's chests that you can find. It's basically like the nether's version of like an abandoned mine shaft that you might find in the overworld. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's definitely a good way to like farm XP. So like here we go. I found 3 diamonds, which is super awesome, and a golden chest plate. So that that's pretty sweet. So like the loot that's in the chest is pretty random. But yeah, definitely a lot of cool things to do here. Just the only thing is it's really dangerous. So like right now, I am not wearing any armor. This is not at all recommended. I would definitely recommend at least iron armor or diamond if you have it, along with some diamond weapons and whatnot. Because yeah, and then also you definitely want to bring plenty of food when you come here as well. Because while you're battling all the mobs and everything, when you get injured, you tend to need to eat in order to regain your health. So you definitely want to make sure that you have plenty of food. So also in the nether, besides the mobs and everything, we've got a few cool other things like glowstone. Glowstone is awesome. It's basically just an alternate lighting source. So if you don't want to use torches everywhere, you can use glowstone instead. You can also use jack-o'-lanterns as a lighting source as well, but specifically for the nether, you can get glowstone. So if you have just a regular pickaxe, you can mine the glowstone and get glowstone dust. It will break. It sounds a lot like glass when it breaks. And then you can just use the glowstone dust to put that on a crafting table to make the glowstone again. Unless, of course, you have silk touch, which will prevent it from breaking. Then you also have quartz. So the nether quartz is pretty cool. Um, it's just a white material that you can use for building. Um, and then yeah, and then your nether brick, of course. Nether rack, which is flammable, but also will never um, burn up. So like wood or like leaves and stuff, you can set those on fire and they will eventually burn up. However, netherrack will never burn up, so you can just keep it on fire forever. So it's actually really useful if you wanted to make like a realistic looking fireplace. I would definitely go for netherrack. And there's tons of the stuff, so I mean you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about ever running out. So, but yeah, that is all I have on the nether. So if you enjoyed the video, hit like. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and subscribe if you haven't already for new episodes. And I will see you guys next week. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. Bye.